Hello amazing viewers, good day to you all. Welcome to my channel. So I heard there is an uproar, some form of unrest at the National Assembly because allegedly terrorists sent a threat letter to the legislators, and since yesterday they've been running from pillar to post. So these people, they actually no one die. So they love their life this much, calling that, oh, action needs to be taken immediately. They love their life this much, but they have never bothered to look at the life of other Nigerians being kidnapped on a daily basis. I've said this countless times. We have leaders whose blood veins has wickedness running in it. Make it make sense to me that since yesterday has been alleged a letter was sent to them, according to them, that they have all been restless. But never for once have they bothered about what's going on in the country. Anything will concern the citizens, the welfare of the citizens. These people that were voted or even lobbied their way in don't care. But when it has to do with their safety, or them generally, they begin to panic up and down. Are they not trying to create panic mode as it is? Are they not trying to create panic mode? Or how would they feel if we not tell them they are raising false alarm? Because when other people have raised false alarm, some clerics raise alarm, or some Nigerians, they said, oh, they are trying to create panic mode. They are raising false alarm. On a more serious note, when I thought say everybody go collect last, you go reach everybody. Then you say na lie. When you fail to do the needful from the onset, tackle the issue head on from the very beginning, this is what it results to. Whether it is true or it is being, said by these people for whatsoever reason best known to them. Either way, what you fail to handle from the beginning surely do have a way, or sure do have a way to come back to meet you. And that's the point where we are today. Why are they saying they are going to bomb the National Assembly? They need to give us reason. It's not enough to come and raise alarm and say, oh, they say they are going to threaten this thing. It's going to threaten our democracy. That one concerns them. Our democracy has been threatened since. They should come and give us in details how it reached this point where they say they won't threaten. Is it that there are people inside here who are sponsoring this thing, and then they have altercation with the terrorists to the point that they say, oh, we are coming to bomb the National Assembly? They never give us details to what's going on here, because all this thing is sketchy. I just read the news and all I had to do was just laugh. Since morning, I just did the laugh since. I said, so these people, they fear like this. But you never take the life of Nigerians serious. USA, they will sanction. They start running up and down, looking for how to go and waste taxpayers' money to go lobby. Now, here we are. Another one. Kai! Last, indeed, it will reach everybody. I'm going to read what the media reported. But before I get to do that, let me first of all, show us this video of EMIR Sanusi LAMIDO, where he has actually come for, Nigerian politicians who are busy but leaking, the ass of their slave masters. Honestly speaking, the kind of politics they play here. In fact, I love the way he described it. Classless society.
Nigeria is a classless society. If you take the people you call leaders, go to the Senate, go to the House of Reps, you can go and pick 109 Nigerians at random without election. Put them in the Senate chambers, and the results may not be different from what you're getting now. Okay? Because the truth is, you have highly educated people in government, but they behave like illiterates. They forget their education behind. When you talk about praise singing, why would a man who is an educated man, an accomplished man, why would he be a praise singer to anyone? Why would he not be able to face his boss and say, Oga, we're not doing that, this is the truth? And why would a person in authority not have the confidence to listen to those around him and take criticism. Okay? You've got people who are supposed to be the representatives of the values of society. By the time you become a governor, honestly, you should be beyond looking for money. You have been given an opportunity to take care of the lives of millions of people, to educate children, to save lives, to provide health care, to build infrastructure. And all you are thinking of is a car, a house. I mean, are you that cheap? Or some bank account, and you see them, and at the end of the day they leave office. After a few years they die, and the children are fighting over the money. Then they get the money, and then they go on drugs, and everything is wasted. That money would have been better spent educating millions of young people and saving lives. So if we really want to fix this country, we need to have a class. The ruling class needs to have values beyond stomach infrastructure.
This is the truth. Spoken, nothing but the truth. Classless society. In all honesty, we have a lot of people in Nigeria that are educated illiterates. Let me use that word. So many of them. Sometimes I get to wonder if they actually went to school. They passed through the school and the school passed through them. Sometimes I am even forced to believe that probably most of those people that we see today at the National Assembly and in government, I get to believe that maybe they actually purchase result. Because the kind of attitude they display, it shock me at times. Like, most of them, they will tell you they read law, they read political science. Now, the one way they break my head pass. Yet, you don't even see them act in accordance with the law. And you get to wonder what kind of course or what kind of education, what kind of lecture did they even receive? Why studying political science? For some, the ones that claim to have studied political science. Their attitude, they baffle me. Look at Nyesom Wike. Look at him, they said he read law. Look at the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, they said he read law. We can count the number of persons. And you get to wonder, truly, if you don't live for government, you don't reach the point to be say, you have a house to yourself, you have a car to yourself, it's okay. You can afford to send your children to school, not necessarily abroad. They receive good education. What more are you now looking for? Because it is this insatiable quest that has made these people to care less whether the people live or die. What else would you be looking for if you have gotten these few things? There's a roof over your head. There's a house you have. There's a car you have. Except maybe you are not in government. It's your personal property. You want to acquire everything you want to acquire. What more do you want? To the point where you say you'll go to butt leak and pressing that somebody is doing wrong and you cannot say no. Tinubu is bringing loan every other day for you to sign. People cannot say no. Tajuddin Abbas the other time said, oh, Nigeria don't borrow. Complain about the borrowing. The next minute, in less than 24 hours, I read another report where he had to, deny his statement. Why? Because they are busy butt licking and praising him. They seem to forget the core purpose of being put there by their constituents. They forgot the purpose. The main problem is the greed. Because if there's no greed acting here, I am telling you the truth, these individuals will not act like this. They will not. Go and look at other nations. If you look at the plenary section, you look at how these people, stand firm to represent their people. Even going against the president if need be. take a look at them and take a look at us here. And all you will do is just weep for this nation. I know very soon the likes of Bwala and Onanuga will soon come for Sanusi. Pretty soon, they will come for him. Including in Nyesom Wike, I will not also be surprised. Because they hate the truth. But he has spoken the truth. And do you know why I believe it might just get worse? Even if you remove their Wabio them, just like what he's trying to describe, and put other persons. Why I believe it's going to get worse is because the mindset of a lot of youths is tilting towards the kind of politics Tinubu and Akpabio and Nyesom Wike is playing. They feel that these individuals are so smart. Like, the whole talk about Nyesom Wike taking his sons to Dubai on a summit, you know, I saw people reaction and say, hey, when it gets to your turn, if you like no carry your picking, it could make you question a lot of stuff. Whose money did they use to take those children there? Is it not a function, official duty that he went there for? Why carry Atachi along? Did you go there for family business? If the family business, maybe no problem. The defense, the comment of some people clearly shows that what Sanusi is saying is just the truth. And it's going to get worse. If the right people don't come into power and start changing things, and people see that, okay, this is actually the way it ought to be, it's going to get worse. In fact, there is no better way to describe our society than classless society. Filled with classless individuals. As you see them, so they go wear expensive perfume and expensive agbada. But their attitude is just like that of a motopark tout. Maybe a motopark tout might just even behave better. Maybe. You see this nation will do so. It's gonna get worse if we don't remove power from the APC and give it to someone that understands value, that has value, that's got integrity. Because it's wanting to remove, but where we are moving it to is another thing. Very, very important. You see this administration, they have nothing to write home about. Every single one of them, they, for their own personal gain, you will hear that they lobby to even raise motion. And people in the house cannot rise up and say, no, you are no more of a senator than we are. Nobody is going to do that kind of rubbish. The people that voted us didn't do this kind of thing. They didn't demand anything for us before sending us there. No, no such thing. We see some more fraternity being formed. Let me use that word because that's the way I perceive the assembly to be now. If you like, more no rise up. I dey wait make they come attack Sanusi. That's the next place I'm waiting for because I know that's what they are going to do to the EMIR. Shameless individuals that have decided to be irredeemable. But may they no worry. I sure believe that Nigerians are ready for 2027 for their head to be correct. Thank you so much. Please do leave your opinion in the comment section. Now, let me read out what the media reported about supposed alleged threat to bomb the National Assembly.
Lawmakers in Nigeria have raised serious concern over reported threats by terrorists to bomb the National Assembly complex in Abuja, warning that such an attack could disrupt legislative activities and destabilize the country's democracy. The revelation was made on Tuesday by Garba Muhammad, chairman of the House Committee on Internal Security, during a public hearing on a bill to establish the Legislative Security Directorate, a proposed agency tasked with coordinating and strengthening security operations within the parliament. Muhammad highlighted growing security challenges in and around the National Assembly, citing intelligence reports that indicated plans by terrorist groups to target the complex. We have received threats from terrorists to bomb the National Assembly complex and threats from protesters to lock up the National Assembly, he said. legislators are exposed to threats from constituents and others who gain easy access to their offices without any formal appointments. Mohammed warned that without urgent reinforcement of security, legislative activities could be suspended, saying if proper measures are not taken, it will truncate legislative activities. If activities are thwarted, there will be no representation, no oversight, no annual budget, no plenary at all, and that will destabilize democracy and the stability of our nation. He described the proposed Legislative Security Directorate as a proactive measure to protect lawmakers, staff, visitors, and parliamentary property, emphasizing that the agency would adopt global best practices in legislative security management. The chairman also urged State House of Assembly to improve security in their own chambers, stressing that threats to legislative institutions are threats to democracy itself. The need for effective security measures in the National Assembly cannot be overemphasized because Parliament has to remain accessible to the public, Mohammed added. Now, here's how some Nigerians have been reacting to this news. Joe here says, so now they know there is need for immediate action. Is it not the useless and cowardly terrorists that were attacking the innocent and harmless citizens, since with no just cause, instead of facing their fellow terrorists? Stylo Bird saying, do you mean terrorists want to attack their sponsors and business partners? And then we have Omambala saying immediate action for themselves but not for their constituents. Let's see how that's going to work out. And then we have DML saying make them bomb anytime all these evil leaders is inside. No mercy for the evil people. And then Babadi saying that everybody must collect. Then we have John Paul saying I beg, make them do it when they are having meeting.
These guys are not serious at all. They are not serious. I don't even believe this whole cock and bull story. They receive threats, they've done this one, they've done that one. I don't even believe it. But if it happens that what they are saying is true, that is their cup of tea. There should be a clear explanation as to why they are making threats to bomb the assembly complex. At least there must be a valid reason now. So they owe us more explanation into what they are trying to say. Oh, this destabilize democracy, do this one, do that one. What have they been deliberating on that have benefited the people? For the people to say, oh, they must stop these people from doing what they want to do. What have they been deliberating on? Have they actually done anything that have benefited the people very well? In January here, there's a new tax that has been imposed on the people that, Nigerians were even taking it lightly. Everybody, they take them with small eye. We have not, the government is not doing anything so far so good with the money they are borrowing and the rest. And inflicting pain on us, but they want to tax us. Courtesy an assembly that allows such thing to happen. What have they deliberated on that have benefited the people? Where the people will even bother about, the so-called alarm they are trying to raise here? Are they not trying to create some panic here? Like, these people, like when I say I don't even care, I don't care because I have looked at this 10th assembly and what's their problem? What is their problem? Why is the allegiance going to one person instead of the people and the nation? Why is patriotism towards one person? All this while people have raised the alarm call on the government about what is happening, they don't care. They don't. They have never bothered, even the people where they represent the constituency where those things happen, have never bothered to go back home and check. Now, because they said they receive a threat, they are calling on Nigerians. I mean, may nobody just disturb person. Everybody is supposed to feel the heat. Maybe that is when they will take everything serious. And you can imagine the rubbish is even for the protection of the complex, not even how to fight insecurity in totality. You see, in this whole raising of alarm, there is still foolishness and stupidity, selfishness at the same time being displayed. To tell you the kind of wicked people that we have. On a more serious note, I join other Nigerians that say they don't care. I don't care. Because this thing with there, so one is not democracy. Where people cannot take criticism. You want to protest, they trample on your rights. It's not democracy. Two, they have not deliberated or have been deliberating on anything that has benefited and impacted in the lives of the average Nigerian positively. So, I don't care. If the people won't come meet worker reach their doorstep, make them reach their doorstep. Because I feel it's high time, this whole thing, get to the point. I feel it's high time we started seeing things like that. That's the only way these people go sit up. But because now common man, consign them. So, you don't reach that way it's supposed to be like that. We say, them too go to feel the heat. When they feel the heat, they go do something. It is not all about safeguarding this thing. If these people already, if at all this thing is true, which I find it very difficult to believe. If at all it's true, they should come and tell us why they say they won't bomb it. Because something must have prompted them to say they want to bomb it. So they should give us the details. Two, if it's true, it's time for them to sit up and do something about it. It's time for them to sit up. I'm not talking about protecting the complex, because the complex no go do anything. If them bomb and finish, they go, if at all is true, the complex is just a building. So they will still go after each and every one of them that is their sponsor. Kai, Nigerians, we have to stand up. Thank you so much. Please do leave your opinion in the comment section. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Click on the notification bell the moment you subscribe. That way you get to know as soon as I publish. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you guys for the immense support. I am super grateful. Do enjoy the rest of your Wednesday and see you guys in my other videos.